Hello. We're pianists. In the finals of the International Fryderyk Chopin Piano Competition, each pianist chooses one of the two concertos Chopin composed and performs it. Do you know what a concerto is? In this video, we'll explain what a piano concerto is in simple terms, and we'll walk through the two set pieces for the Chopin competition final. Piano Concerto No. 1 Opus 11 in E minor. Piano Concerto No. 2 Opus 21 in F minor. Please watch to the end. On this channel, we share news about famous international piano competitions and support Japanese pianists. If that sounds interesting, please consider subscribing. It's a work written for a solo instrument such as piano, violin, or flute, or for two or more solo instruments, together with orchestra. It's also called a concerto, and the word's roots carry two contrasting meanings: to compete and to bring into unity. A concerto embodies exactly this dual nature. Another hallmark is the cadenza. A cadenza is a passage where the solo instrument plays freely and improvisationally, without the orchestra. However, Chopin's concertos do not include cadenzas. Piano Concerto No. 1 Opus 11 in E minor was composed in 1830, when Chopin was 20 years old. The performance time is about 43 minutes. People say it carries the meaning of a farewell to his home city Warsaw and a leap toward a new land. As it turned out, Chopin never set foot on Polish soil again, which gives this work a special poignancy. On October 11, 1830, just before he moved from Warsaw to Vienna, the concerto was premiered with Chopin himself at the piano. Later, it was warmly received at his Paris debut concert in 1832, so it was published in 1833. Chopin dedicated it to Friedrich Kalkbrenner, a German-born pianist and composer who helped him debut as a composer in Paris. Before Chopin and Franz Liszt appeared, Kalkbrenner was the most famous pianist in Europe. Chopin even considered studying under him for a time. Although it's labeled No. 1, the second concerto was actually written first. This one was published ahead as No. 1, likely because Chopin regarded it as a more confident achievement than the earlier work. No. 1 is more virtuosic than No. 2, and it's larger in scale. Very little of the autograph survives, so it's not fully clear whether Chopin himself wrote all of the orchestration. Some criticize the orchestral writing as thin compared to the solo piano, but the pianistic brilliance and the beauty and sparkle of the melodies convey many hallmarks of Chopin. Chopin's concertos contain no cadenza. Even so, brilliant passage work is sprinkled throughout, achieving an effect comparable to a cadenza, making this a highly beautiful and dazzling work. Allegro maestoso, meaning fast and with majesty. The key is E minor. After about 4 minutes of orchestral introduction, the piano enters, and the music unfolds in glittering fashion throughout. Once the piano joins, it mainly takes the lead, and the writing is resplendent. Romanza, larghetto, meaning somewhat slow. The key is E major. A romance is a lyrical piece with a beautiful melody. At the premiere, the tempo marking was adagio, meaning slow and calm. But for publication it was changed to the slightly faster larghetto, quiet and pensive. After an introduction by muted strings, a nocturne-like beautiful theme appears in the piano. Chopin wrote this in a letter. The second movement of my new concerto is in the style of a romance, quiet and pensive, yet it feels like gazing with devotion at a place that stirs wistful memories, like meditating on a beautiful spring night under the moonlight. It proceeds without a break into the finale. Rondo, vivace, meaning lively and fast. The key remains E major. After a short introduction, a brilliant main theme appears, based on the Polish national dance the Krakowik. A rondo alternates its main section with episodes several times. But in this piece the rondo theme is always presented by the piano, and never by the orchestra. A unison folk-like melody appears partway through, leading to a dignified climax. The coda is technically demanding, and it's one of the biggest showpieces. In Paris, Chopin was establishing himself as a composer, but most of his output was for solo piano, so he felt a large-scale concerto was necessary for further success. Although labeled No. 2, this concerto was written before No. 1, so it's the first piano concerto Chopin composed, when he was 19 years old. The performance time is about 33 minutes. He began in 1829, and premiered it himself on March 11, 1830. Nocturne No. 20 in C-sharp minor posthumous. In this nocturne made famous by the film The Pianist, you can hear motifs from the first and third movements of the F minor concerto. Before this concerto, Chopin had already published a work with orchestra, Variations on La Si Darum La Mano Opus 2. After hearing it, Robert Schumann introduced Chopin in a German music journal with the famous line, "Hats off, gentlemen, a genius." Maestoso, meaning with dignity. The key is F minor. It begins with a pleading, heart-achingly beautiful melody. There's abundant virtuosic passagework for the solo piano. Larghetto, meaning somewhat slow. The key is A flat major. Chopin wrote in a letter to a friend that he poured his feelings for his first love, Konstancja Gładkowska, into this movement. It seems this movement was the first part he completed. A nocturne-like theme is sung by the piano, and the melody is colored with various ornaments. Allegro vivace, meaning lively and fast. It's performed in a lively and fast character. The key is F minor. It's built on the rhythm of the Polish national dance, the mazurka. In the middle section, the strings use legno technique, striking the strings with the wood of the bow. The piano also plays in unison, heightening the effect of folk music. At the Chopin competition, more contestants choose No. 1, and many winners have performed No. 1. Among all 18 editions, only 2 winners performed No. 2, Yakov Zak at the first edition, and Dang Tai Sun at the 10th edition. At the 17th edition, winner Seong Jin Cho chose No. 1, while runner-up Charles Richard Hamelin chose No. 2. And some say their ranking may have been decided by concerto choice. The 7th edition winner Martha Argerich had prepared No. 2, but on advice from those around her, she reportedly switched to No. 1 at the last minute. Being able to play it immediately is just astonishing. There are other examples, such as Yukio Yokoyama, who was 3rd prize with no first prize awarded at the 12th edition, and Alexei Sultanov, who was 2nd prize with no first prize at the 13th edition. Both chose No. 2, and some say they might have won had they chosen No. 1. No. 1 allows the pianist to take the lead, while No. 2 demands more ensemble sensitivity, and with limited rehearsal time with orchestra this can be challenging, so it may not be only a question of the pianist's ability. By the way, in a Japanese popular TV series, No.2 Cantabile, the piece Milch chose for No.2's world debut was Chopin's Piano Concerto No. 1, which suits her because the pianist can lead the performance. We've explained the 2 set pieces for the Chopin competition final, Piano Concerto No. 1 Opus 11 in E minor, and Piano Concerto No. 2 Opus 21 in F minor. No. 1 is larger in scale, more dazzling, and highly effective in performance, so it's favored in competitions. Across 18 editions, only 2 winners performed No. 2. No. 2 can be tricky in terms of balancing with the orchestra, so it may be a disadvantage. As a member of the audience, I'd love to hear both. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you'd like to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. We wish you a rich and fulfilling piano life.